What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing another episode of Down the Toy Aisle, and I'm going to try and do something different than wrestling every time there's a I guess every 10th episode. So today we're going to be talking about the failure, I guess you could say, of Hasbro's starting lineup revival after 21 years of not being a thing anymore. So join me down the toy aisle. Alright, so we're going to do a little bit of bouncing around in this video. Normally I have Wrestling Figure Database up on the screen. We're going to be looking at Instagram. We're going to be looking at Twitter. I got actually a couple pieces in hand here that I actually want to share with you guys. And I don't know if you've seen them before or not, so stay tuned for that. But we're going to swap over to Instagram, and we are on the Hasbro starting lineup Instagram. So if we scroll down, as you see, on April 26th, 2022 is when we were first introduced to a revival of the starting lineup. So we're going to scroll up here. Here's the big reveal. Oh, hold on. We're having trouble loading the video. Did not have this in the pregame. So the first official trailer dropped to, June 29th. Did a tease of who it was. And then it says dropping the first wave on September 22nd of 2022. So that looks cool. They're teasing what the figures are going to look like. You see the joints right there, the way the hips are. You see, oh, is that number 60? I guess I don't remember who was number 60 off the top of my head. Number 45, which I think was, no, these are no. Okay, no, it's not the numbers. It's how many days. It was 60 days, 45 days. Then they teased a goal. We didn't hear anything about this for a little while. That looks pretty cool. I'm not going to lie. I actually have a couple of them in my collection. Then it teased the shoes. And then 7 days till pre-order. They did another little banner thing, which still holds up, I guess you could say. It looks a little weird, but yeah. Then we have the official tease. 48 hours away from pre-ordering the first NBA figures. Now, I thought it was definitely an odd choice to start with NBA. I thought they would have started with maybe NFL or MLB. Definitely NFL. But they started with the NBA, which is fine. Up first, we have Joel Embiid, Trae Young, Ja Morant, LeBron James, Luka, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Jason Tatum, and Steph Curry. And you see they tried to scale them properly. They're a little on the smaller side, which is unfortunate, but they do look pretty cool. Now, the cool thing that they decided to do with this was get licensed jerseys and licensed shoes. So every single figure has a specific shoe to that player, which is very cool, especially for the sneakerheads, which a lot of sneakerheads are like, or a lot of basketball fans are sneakerheads, I guess you could say. And I guess that could be generalizing, but you get the deal. This was pretty cool that they went out of their way to do that. But with the licensing for Nike, Under Armour, Adidas, stuff like that, they were not able to grab the tattoos for a single figure. A lot of these guys, I think actually majority of them are tatted up except for Steph. And if you want the tattoos for them to put on your figures, you can hit up Curb Stomp City Decals. They're on his website. But like LeBron James has full sleeves. There's not a single tattoo on his upper body, which is unfortunate. Now, the head scans are actually pretty good. I will mention that real quick. But here's LeBron James and Giannis. We got Luka and Joel. We got Ja Morant, Trae Young, and Steph Curry and Jason Tatum. And they look really good. They have a nice presence on the shelf. And as you see, all of it looks like, are they all Nike? They might all be Nike. I don't know where I got Under Armour from. Yeah, they're all Nike. So that looks good. So the pre-orders went up, and they were $50. You have the licensed shoes. They had to pay, obviously, the NBA for the team licensing, but there's no tattoos. You got an NFT trading card, which I still have my 4 to this day. Nearly like, what, 2.5 years later? And just never sold them. No real need for a Panini blockchain card. And what was that? You got a flight stand. You got extra hands. You got a hand holding a ball. I don't think you ever got a loose ball. All of the all the basketballs are holding or attached to a hand, as you see. Yeah, that's pretty much how it looks. Yeah. $50. That was sticker shock to everybody. Now, don't get me wrong. The figures looked great. And we were dealing with a little bit of the COVID pricing where things started to go from $20 to $25. And these were $50. And there was not a lot of positive reception to that because it was pricing people out. Now, I don't know how many sports fans are going to be buying action figures per se, but the figures looked great. I'm not a basketball fan by any means. I know the bare minimum, but I do like a good action figure. And these in hand are really, really good action figures. I love the floating upper jersey piece, along with the way they molded the shorts. Everything looks good. It has great articulation under the jersey. It has great arm articulation, butterfly joints, all of that. Everything you could want in a Hasbro figure, except the price point sucked and there were no tattoos, which a lot of people complained about. But that's fine. That's fine. It's a nice, solid lineup. I do think it would have helped if they actually started with a couple legends in the line, which we will take a look at the leaked list of who was going to be in the line, because that's pretty cool. We got a few leaks here, some prototypes to see, all kind of stuff like that. But it did not do well. And then on October 4th, once again, the video is not loading for whatever reason. October 4th, 2022, they teased the NFL. It says in partnership with Fanatics and the NFL Players Association, coming 2023. It's 2025. We do not have any NFL figures. We do, however, have the Collegiate Legends figures, which you guys can go and check my review of that from, Savage Crucible and Harbinger Studios. They're doing really good college football figures, and they scale really good with starting lineup. So take a few of those, make custom to the guys that you were going to have in the starting lineup line. Not a bad idea. Only unfortunate thing is the heads are not removable there. But, so that was October 4th. They teased the NFL, and we never saw it again. They kept trying to push this. Everybody was excited for it. The marketing looks great. I think they could have done a better job. Visually, it's beautiful. Like this shot here, you throw this in a magazine, that's what it is. This is, like I said, this is on the cover of Slam magazine here. I didn't realize that until right now. It all starting lineup pre-orders placed beginning 11/17/2022. So I did before that. We'll receive an exclusive starting lineup edition of Slam magazine as a gift with purchase. One per order, subject to availability. I actually never knew that was a thing. That was actually really smart on their behalf, honestly. Looks good. Great pictures. You see, was Ja Morant that much shorter than LeBron? Holy crap. Yeah, like, people complained. Like, you picked a lot of heavy hitters from 2022, but by God, imagine what could have happened if you threw a couple legends in there. But there were plans. This was not announced, but it was leaked later. Actually, not that, God, probably what, 2 or 3 weeks ago? At the time of recording, there was going to be an all legends line, which we'll get into that. But like, man, this line was so good. And then they got dropped down to $30 on Hasbro Pulse. And they still didn't sell out. And then several months passed. And in 2024, I believe, was the beginning of it, these figures started showing up in Ollie's. You got May 2nd for this post, May 9th for this post, May 12th for the final post of 2023. And then it was never seen again. So today we're going to dive a little deeper into the starting lineup. You know what? I actually want to see if the followers or the following, if Hasbro is still following. Yes, they're still following. Let's see if Hasbro is, you can't search. I was going to see if Hasbro was still following them, but guess it doesn't work that way. But let's get into some of these leaks. Now, scrolling through Instagram one day when I got a notification from Preternia.com, and lo and behold, he posted the starting lineup NFL prototypes. When I tell you I about lost my goddamn mind because I wanted these really bad. Because you always kind of fantasy book who's going to be in the first series. You would expect the greats. Like, my dad has always been a big Tom Brady fan. I'm like, man, it'd be really cool to get a Tom Brady, give it to my dad, because I never liked the statue ones that you could get already from like McFarlane and places like that. But I worried if they were going to do the $30 price point or if they were going to do the $50 price point, but it doesn't matter now because the line has been silently canceled. I actually looked up, and Hasbro still owns the license. Their trademark has not expired. They haven't forfeited yet. They do own the rights to Hasbro starting lineup. So let's take a look at what could have been. So obviously we have 5 NFL bodies here. You can guess who you think they are. We'll take a list in a moment, and you can compare back and forth with who you think they would have been. Then we keep scrolling. Oh, well, there's the backside of the figures. Then we see some baseball. The glove hand is really cool. And we see this. I don't know about you guys. This is clear as day. Shohei Ohtani has the ball in the hand like he's going to throw it. Has the glove. Has the cap. No head. Not a single freaking head has surfaced of these. But let me show this to you. I have not one, but 2 prototypes from the starting lineup wave. I have a third one on the way. Believe it or not, that third one is the Shohei Ohtani. I don't know how well you can see this with the light, but you see the blue sleeve, you see the gloves. Actually, let me show you the other one because it's painted a little further along. Has the blue sleeve, has the white gloves, has the blue shin guard, has the red socks, has the white shoes with the blue soles. I put this bat with it. This is from the Tracksuit Mafia figures from the Hawkeye TV show. But this is a prototype. And you're not going to believe who this is supposed to be. This was supposed to be Bryce Harper. That's a pretty big name in baseball. It's a pretty big name. But let's go ahead and look at the other figures that were supposed to be in this series. We go over to Twitter while it reloads, and we're going to take a look at this. Now, for NFL Series 1 was supposed to be Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, George Kittle, Joe Burrow, Dak Prescott, TJ Watt, I believe is his name, and Josh Allen. I don't know about you guys, but that looks like George Kittle. That looks like Tom Brady. That looks like Patrick Mahomes. That looks like Josh Allen. That looks like TJ Watt right there in prototype form. Now, if that is the case, I do think George Kittle should be a hair taller. I think TJ Watt should be a hair wider. But they're probably going with the same universal body. And that's fine. You see it has the hands that has the football already attached to it. Same with basketball. Same with the baseball prototypes that you have seen. And, yeah, that's pretty sick. Also, regarding these prototypes here, I'm going to do a series over the next few months. I'm going to bring this to the form that it was supposed to be once it hit consumers' hands. So definitely stay tuned to that figure or that video that's going to be coming out. I hope you guys enjoy that. But I'm looking forward to working on that. I'm actually working with people from a few different countries to try and put this one together so it's perfect. But for NFL Series 2 was supposed to be Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb, Jalen Hurts, Travis Kelce, and Christian McCaffrey. Not a bad Series 2 either. Definitely not as strong as Series 1, but not a bad Series 2. Let's get into the NFL Legends series. I've been saying they should have done Legends the whole freaking time. Here are the NFL legends: Jerry Rice, Peyton Manning, Walter Payton, Joe Montana, and it says Smith. I'm assuming that is well, matter of fact, I don't know who that could be. Smith could be anybody. Let's be honest. There's a lot of people. And being from the Carolinas, my mind went to Steve Smith, who played for the Panthers back in the day. I don't think he was making the cut. So if you know who if you know who the Smith guy was supposed to be, definitely let me know down in the comments below. But we talked about why didn't they start doing legends in the NBA line? And there was, well, a NBA Legends series planned. Let's talk about these. Larry Bird, Allen Iverson, Magic Johnson, Kobe Bryant, and Shaquille O'Neal. That would have been a better series than the first one. Now, a lot of people are clamoring, why wasn't Jordan in there? Jordan might have signed an exclusive contract with either Funko or Metacom because he's had Mafex figures come out. And he's had Funko Pops come out, but he's had nothing else come out, to my knowledge. I could be wrong. So, man, that would have been a great set, too. But not even just that. They already had MLB Series 1 planned out and an MLB Legends series. So, for the MLB line, we have Mookie Betts. We have the guy we talked about, Bryce Harper, Shohei Ohtani, who is just a global superstar at this point, Mike Trout, and Aaron Judge. And I thought Aaron Judge was a really good decision because it's never a bad idea to have some Yankees merchandise available to people because there's always going to be Yankees fans. And then after that, we have the MLB Legends series. Ken Griffey Jr., Chipper Jones, which is a big deal considering he played for the Braves in Atlanta. Everybody loved Chipper Jones around here. Cal Ripken Jr., Nolan Ryan, and Derek Jeter. Once again, another Yankees guy out there. But how absolutely mental would that have been? Those would have killed. And I think the main issue here was, one, the price point. I don't think that was the main issue. I don't think that this was properly marketed. Because you're fighting an uphill battle because men in their 40s going to football games probably aren't going to stop and look at figures. But a lot of figure collectors are in their 30s and their 40s. I think these should have been available at the pro shops in the stadiums where there were games available year-round. I think that would have been a great decision. They weren't. I don't think partnering with Panini for the NFT card was a smart idea. With how Fanatics has blossomed over the last couple years, it would have been awesome if they teamed with Fanatics, which they were going to do with the NFL line. It would have been awesome if they teamed with them because Fanatics is killing it with their events right now. They're sending athletes to card shops for Rip Night. They are doing what is it called? Fanatics Fest at the Javits Center of all freaking places in New York City. They're just absolutely killing it. Also, Topps product is at an all-time high at the moment. People are going berserk. I think that would have been great. These were also released in the time where they were doing windowless packaging for Hasbro. I think that definitely hurt them right off the rip. But the amount of potential that this series or this whole I guess you could say this line of figures is astronomical if they just would have marketed it correctly. People have been buying those, I call them crappy because I like articulation, those crappy McFarlane style figures for so many years. I collected them as a kid. They've been collecting them for so many years. If you would have given these the proper leg to stand on, these could have been in the store beside those McFarlane figures where the dad would go pick up the McFarlane figure and at an affordable price point, being the $25 or $30, could have got this for their kid. And then their kid would have played with it. They would have been able to bond with their dad. Bada bing, bada boom. That type of thing. That's how you build collectors. And I think they really failed on that part. And sadly, I don't think Hasbro is going to give this line another shot. Even though there have been a lot of public reception to these prototypes getting leaked. Especially 2 years after the line being dead. People were able to get their hands on them for an affordable price in Ollie's. Don't get me wrong. Like, I don't know how they went to Ollie's unless Hasbro directly sent them to them, because these were Hasbro exclusive figures. They were never in retail. So I thought that was a very stupid choice at the time. Honestly, I know distribution sucked at that time, but it's really unfortunate. But because I think this line had a real strong chance, and just posing around this Bryce Harper in hand, it's phenomenal. It has all the articulation that you would expect from Hasbro. It's really good. The ab crunch isn't too hot, but it's, I don't know how much he's gonna be bending over anyway. I guess it would be hard if he was gonna grab a ground ball or something. But that's besides the point. But like this figure is really freaking good. And it is unfortunate that we will never see these unless, I guess, people just went absolute bananas and forced Hasbro to take a look at this line once again. Take all the criticism over the last couple years. But that is going to be it for this episode of Down the Toy Aisle. I appreciate you guys for sticking here. I know this was probably a longer one. I don't know what the time is. It just feels like I've been talking forever. But yeah, I definitely look forward to doing these every 10 episodes of Down the Toy Aisle. So let me know what you guys want to see down in the comments below. Let me know if you're excited for me to revive that Bryce Harper and the Shohei Ohtani prototype once it comes in the mail. But that is going to be it for today. As always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And last but not least, take it easy.